Want to know how a Montana's built? Come with me. Hey there, we are at Fraser Way RV Centre here in Kamloops, British Columbia, Canada, where we are going to talk about all the research that we have done and learning to tell you how the Montana fifth wheels are built. Really nice rigs, can't wait to show it to you. So this is going to be a construction video, and of course I'll link at the end to the tour where we get to go inside and check it out. I'm excited to get in there too. And of course in the description, timestamps, currency converter, the link to the RV research tool that we use and you can use too, and a link in the description if we're providing you with any value. Please feel free, buy us a coffee. Today we want to thank Deborah M. Really appreciate the support. And of course while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe. Now let's get on with it so I can tell you all about how the Montanas are built. So in the Montana lineup, there are two, and you know how that is, and we talk about it in all of them, they're generally built the same, but one's going to be a little fancier or have a few more bells and whistles, and usually with that comes price and weight. So you've got the regular Montana, which is all that, and then you've got the Montana High Country, which is going to be a better price point and have fewer bells and whistles, but essentially they are built the same. So let's get started talking about the chassis. The way it works between the two, there's either a 10-inch I-beam or a 12-inch I-beam. So again, that's where you're going to see some weight differences. They have a drop frame that allows us to have that awesome amount of inside basement storage, and it's a Z-frame, so it comes along and it comes all the way over to here underneath there, so that's where we get that great basement storage. Comes up and comes all the way across. You can see the actual steel frame inside here. So it comes all the way up to the front, and then of course it has to come around. And what Keystone is bragging about these days is that this angle, the way it's shaped, instead of being a square angle, but it's sort of on an angle this way, it's allowing what they're calling their max turning radius, so that when you move, you don't end up banging your corner into your truck. Lots of them have that kind of thing, but what they're claiming theirs is different for, and I have seen this, is that this piece of steel is actually bent. It's not cut and welded to the next piece. So that's what they are bragging about these days. Now, let's go talk about the underbelly, because they do have a corrugated plastic one-piece fully enclosed underbelly. On top of that is a layer of astrofoil, you know, to help with heating and cooling and that kind of thing. Then your tanks are in there. They are heated with pads and with ducted heating. And then the valves and the whole wet bay area is also enclosed and heated. So of course your sewer opening is out, but everything else is inside. Now, let's go take a look at the suspension. On the Montanas, you do get 6 or 7,000 pound axles. They have the leaf springs and the road armor equalizer just to make it roll down the road a little nicer. You also get, once you're parked, either 4 or 6 point electric, and maybe on the regular Montana you might even get the hydraulic levelers. Moving up from the chassis, next it's the floor system. Now I wish I had a cutout or something to show you what that is on the inside, but I'm just going to tell you about it from what I found in my research. You get a Darko moisture wrap, you get a rolled fiberglass insulation with the astrofoil, and then the aluminum floor joists go on top of it. Next, they put a glued and screwed layer of OSB down. They sand it all down nice and good so that there's nothing poking up, and then they put the vinyl, this stuff, down over top of everything. Now you do get in-floor heat ducting, which wherever there's a join, whether it be to here or between the runs, they do put a plastic piece in there in order to keep anything from sagging or blocking your flow or anything like that. We've talked in previous videos about some folks think the in-floor heating is a way better heating system, and that's up to you. So the next thing I wanted to tell you about was in the slide floors. You do get also a layer of astrofoil, and you can see here that they've gone to this more plasticky woven stuff instead of carpet. So obviously I'm happy to hear about that, and it'll remain to be seen just how easy this is to wash up and take care of. Now let's go talk about the walls. Now for the walls on the Montanas. These are 2-inch aluminum framed walls with foam insulation in them. Now in my research and looking, and I look really carefully, I'm noticing that it seemed some of the windows and doors were completely framed out and some were not. So that was interesting. And then moving back to the back wall here, it also tells me that this is a double laminated and possibly double insulated rear wall. So I have a lot of questions about that I have not been able to find answers to. So if any of you out there have those answers, please put them in the comments. We'd like to know which process, because nowhere did it tell me whether this was a vacuum or a pinch roll lamination process, as well as what kind of insulation is in there. I'm confident it's a foam, but there may be more to it since it's a double laminated wall. Over to the slide boxes, these are built the same as these walls. They have that astrofoil in the flooring, and they have all the aluminum framing, and it appears that they are also laminated. Now, let's go talk about the front wall. The way the front cap is made is similar but different. It does have the aluminum studs in it, and then it uses a fiberglass insulation put in between them. It also has the astrofoil, and then they put this nice fiberglass cap on it. Now let's go talk about the roof. Now for the roof on the Montanas. These are a crowned wood truss structure, and it does have attic venting, and it also has the AC ducting going through it. What I thought was interesting when I was doing the research is that ducting in some places looks like an actual foam piece of ducting, and in other places like a sheet metal foil type of product, and then it has those plastic inserts wherever there are joints, and all of the openings are framed in place. Now there is the Luan on the inside edge, and then on the top is the OSB, which is glued and screwed down. Then all the seams are sealed. They use a sheet metal flashing down all of the edges. Then they apply the glue and they roll it out to every single edge of that OSB before they apply the one-piece Darko membrane as the roof top. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is that the Montanas are known for being a 4-season, or, you know, it does have full-time warranties. So you can use this as your home. And I want to talk about which features actually play into that. So it's going to be the extra insulation in the floors and ceilings. It's going to be that it has 2-inch walls, that the valves and the wet bay are all heated, the tanks are heated, and then you can also, if you choose to, get the dual pane window package. Now remember, that's going to add some heat and definitely some expense, but that's what's going to help make your Montana the 4-season rig that you want it to be. So that's everything for construction. We will put a link here at the end so that you can come along on a tour with us, because that's always a super exciting part. Of course, feel free, hit that subscribe button, and if we're providing you with any value, we'd love it if you bought us a coffee. Thanks for watching.